Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here, and today is a little bit of a bonus video. This is going to be my Christmas book haul. Now, I had no idea what I was getting for Christmas, and so I didn't know that I was going to have enough books to talk about on here, but I got so many. You've probably seen in the thumbnail because you guys are so generous. I got loads of books from my friends and family, and I got books from BookTube, and honestly, you guys, you've outdone yourself because I am so honoured to have got all of these books. I'm so happy and so excited. I have a pile of books next to me which is nearly reaching up to like the camera. You could really nearly see it. But what I'm going to do is just literally go down in terms of the order of the size, just because that's how I've stacked them. So there'll be some like different ones from different people that will kind of like come in between, if that makes any sense. So I don't know, you'll figure out in a minute, but yeah, let's get started and I'll show you what I got for Christmas. So the first book that I got was from my sister, and she got me this one. This is The Bomb Girl Brides by Daisy Styles. And so this is a book, it's kind of a book that I probably would have read a long time ago, more than I would read now, but I am actually really interested in this. I'll just really quickly read the back. So it's set in World War II basically, which you all know is one of my favourite things. It's January 1944 and the country is gripped by war. Nestled in the Lancashire moors sits the Phoenix Munitions Factory, where a group of girls work tirelessly to aid the war effort. There's lots of other things, obviously I'm not gonna go into too much. Basically a lot of them are engaged, I think, and it's kind of about that. I'm really excited. I love reading about brides now. I get a bit excited. And yeah, I just think this World War II is kind of my favourite type of book to read about. It's my favourite type of like historical fiction. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. And I haven't read anything by Daisy Styles, so we'll see if I like her writing or not. The next thing I got was a box set that I got from my mum, and I cried when I opened this, like full on sobbed cried, because she got me this, which where's the front? Here it is. So this is The Naughtiest Girl it's The Naughtiest Girl by Enid Blyton, which is a box set of all the books, and these are them. So there's 10 of them. So you have The Naughtiest Girl, In the School, Again, Is a Monitor, Here's the Naughtiest Girl, Keeps a Secret, Helps a Friend, Saves the Day, Well Done the Naughtiest Girl, Wants to Win, and Marches On, which I read these when I was at school and absolutely loved them, and honestly I'm so excited that I have them so that I can reread them. Honestly, my mum she's absolute gem with this. I cannot wait, and I'm sure you're going to see me read a lot of these. I should say as well, all of these books are like going to be hopefully ones that I read earlier on next year. So when I do my TBR, like my wheel chooses my TBR, you'll definitely be seeing these books as kind of like top of my list. So these I'm excited about. Next up, like I said, a lot of you guys off BookTube and my BookTube friends got me lots of lovely gifts, and the next one I was actually sent by the lovely Kaz from Cats and Camera, and Kaz was lovely and sent me like I think I got 4 books from her over Christmas time, and she wrapped them all up and it was beautiful, and she gave us a card, and AJ found it really funny because she addressed the card to Simone and Mr. Simone, which was amusing, did make me laugh a lot. And she like hand done the card, which is beautiful, and we can keep it. It's really lovely. But yeah, the first book that she got me was The Prison Doctor by Dr. Amanda Brown. Now you may know I've read Unnatural Causes, and I've read what was the book I read? All That Remains. I read them with Nicole and with Victoria, and we really enjoyed buddy reading them. And then this one is quite similar in terms of it's about like people who work within the industry. So Unnatural Causes was a forensic pathologist, as was All That Remains, and this one obviously is what it says, it's the prison doctor. So it's about Dr. Amanda Brown, who works in prisons, and yeah, I'm really interested. This is obviously like a memoir, and it says despite their crimes she is still their doctor. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes, and it's not a very big book either, but I'm really looking forward to it. So a massive thank you to Kaz, because I'm very excited about this one. Then we have another book that my sister bought me, and again, this is not something that I necessarily have picked out myself, but I'm actually really interested in giving it a go. It's another historical fiction book. This is This is Queen of the North by Anne O'Brien. I've heard really good things about Anne O'Brien's writing, and I think she writes in Tudor times. So this is set in 1399, and it's about King Richard II. And yeah, I don't know too much. It's obviously historical fiction, it's Tudor, and I know that a lot of people really enjoy this sort of time period in this type of book. So yeah, I can't wait to give it another go, or give her a go, should I say. yeah, really looking forward to picking this one up. Next up, I have a gift that I was sent completely out of the blue. I kept getting book mail coming and I was like, I'm sure I haven't ordered anything. And then I would open the parcels and people had sent me stuff and I was just completely shocked. So again, a massive thank you. This one was from Mary from With Cinnamon Please, who I absolutely adore. She got me The Chalk Man by CJ Tudor, which is a book I've heard loads about on BookTube, especially over the last sort of few months. And I feel like everybody who's read this has enjoyed it, and I've heard lots of people compare this to It by Stephen King, which I personally really enjoyed. So this, I think I've heard that it's about a group of like kids who one summer like draw chalk men on each other's, like in front of each other's houses, in order to like, as like a code or something, and then I think the code leads them to like a dead body or something. Yeah, I'm really interested in it. Like I said, it's not a massive book either, and this is an author I really want to give a go because I've heard amazing things. So yes, a massive thank you to Mary. Next up, when I opened these books, I could tell who they were from before I'd even read the note, because the next two are both from lovely Victoria, from what Victoria read. And Victoria actually had already sent me a book in December because I moved and then my dog got put down, and she sent me the Adam Kay book, Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas, which I think I've just put down somewhere over there. But it wasn't necessarily for Christmas, but I just assumed that it was like, you know, I didn't expect anything from anyone, but I certainly didn't expect anything else from her. And then the next two books arrived on my doorstep, and like I said, when I saw them I knew they were from her. I could just tell because of what it is. So the first one is this one. This is Dissolution by CJ Sampson, and I feel like ever since I watched Victoria's channel, she's had these in the background of her videos, and I know that she recently read like number 7 in the series or something, and I believe it's like a thriller sort of crime series set in the Tudor period. So it's to do with, it's got like Henry VIII, it's in the world of like Henry VIII at the time, and it's about a lawyer who's got to try and figure out, oh, so Cromwell's commissioner, Robin Singleton, has been found dead, his head severed from his body. His horrific murder is accompanied by equally sinister acts of sacrilege. So, yeah, and then I think lots of other things have happened. And like I said, Victoria has always raved about this series. And I know, like I said, that there's a lot more in the series. I feel like some of them are quite big, but you know what, I'm okay with it. This one's nearly 450 pages long, but I'm really looking forward to trying something a bit different, because yeah, so I did get quite a bit of historical fiction actually this Christmas, which is amazing. So again, a huge thank you to Victoria. And then also from Victoria, and another one that I knew was going to be from her when I saw it, because this is Victoria's like favourite Stephen King book, and it's one I didn't have, and I'm very excited I've got it now. This is Misery by Stephen King. So I've actually watched the movie of Misery. Actually, I think me and AJ watched it on holiday, I want to say, like a few years ago now. But this is about Paul Sheldon, who is an author, and Misery is his character, and he killed her off in the last book of the series. Then he gets into a car accident and he wakes up in Annie's house, and Annie is like his super fan, and she finds out that he's essentially going to kill her off and doesn't like that. So she essentially, well, it goes from there. I'm not going to actually go into any more detail. I love the film of this, and like I said, Victoria has really raved about the Stephen King, the book of this, so I'm really looking forward to it. Again, it's a shorter one than his usual book, so this is like 360 pages, and let's be honest, most of his books are like 1,000 plus, so I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, cannot wait. We then have another book that I got from the lovely Kaz from Cats and Camera. This one is Mindhunter, Inside the FBI Elite Serial Crime Unit by John Douglas and Mark Olshaker. This is a true crime book. This literally says on the back, John Douglas has looked evil in the eye and made a vocation of understanding it. In Mindhunter, the FBI special agent who was the inspiration for Jack Crawford's character in The Silence of the Lambs, and who lent the filmmakers his expertise, explains how he invented and established the practice of criminal profiling. He also discusses individual case histories, including those of Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, and the Atlanta child murders. So I've heard, like I said, this is I think this is a Netflix documentary series, which I haven't actually seen, but I would love to watch it. And this sounds really interesting. I feel like this is kind of one of the original, like, true crime books, I suppose. Yeah, so no, I'm really, really excited. I'm really glad that Kaz got me this, because this is definitely one that's been on my list for quite a long time to be able to read. It's also been blurbed by Patricia Cornwell, who, if you don't know, is literally my favourite author. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be a book for me. I'm very much looking forward to picking it up. And then I won a giveaway on Kaz's channel a while ago. I say a while ago, a few weeks ago. And she sent me the book for this, which is actually, I believe, her sister's book that she has self-published. And I'm so excited about reading this one. So this is The Carnelian Fox by Kay MacLeod. And this is the first book in the Mayamon, I think it's called, series. And when I watched Kaz's video, which I'll link down below, basically they were talking about this book and saying how it's kind of like Pokemon Digimon, but in the real world, and like kind of cool. So I am just amazed. It sounds fantastic. It's gorgeous cover. I absolutely love it. And I think that Kay is very talented by all accounts. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to picking this up. I think that this is one that I don't know, I'm really excited. I also love the fact, I was reading the acknowledgements in the back, because you know I love to do that, and I just read the bit where she kind of blurbed Kaz, and I just thought, oh my god, it's so lovely. And I love watching their videos together, so a massive shout out to Kay as well. I'll link this down below, guys, so if you haven't already heard of it, then please go and check it out, because I think we need to support our indie authors. So I'm very much looking forward to picking this up again as well. Next up is a book that my sister got me for Christmas again, and this is another one from my childhood. So I think my mum and my sister were trying to make me cry, and both succeeded. This is The Worst Witch Saves the Day by Jill Murphy, and this was my favourite book series as a child, apart from like the Enid Blyton one I talked about earlier. I love The Worst Witch. I really like the TV show as well, and this is about Mildred Hubble. Oh, the name just brings back all the memories. Who literally tried her best to be an amazing witch at the Miss Cackle's Academy for Witches, but she just can't really. She's not very good at it. And I absolutely love it. And yeah, I'm really excited to have one of the books. I think there's quite a few of the books in this series, and I would actually really like to read them all. So yeah, glad to have one of them. We then have two books that I was actually sent. I had two ARC sent to me, which I'm very honoured by again. The first one of these, I was actually contacted by book publicity services who have previously sent me two books, and I've read both of them and I've really enjoyed both of them. And when they sent me this one, or I got sent the I got an email asking if I wanted to read this one, it sounded completely perfect. It's like a thriller, it's a murder book, I guess, and it just sounds phenomenal. And I got sent this one, which is an advanced reader copy, which I think is amazing. This is Salvation Station by Catherine Schleich, I think is how you say it. This one is not out until April of 2020, but it follows, it's a mystery that follows murder in the church. So this says that despite her years of experience investigating homicides for the force, Captain Linda Turner is haunted by the murders of the Hanson family. The two small children, clothed in tattered Disney pyjamas, were buried with their father, a pastor, in the flower garden behind a church parsonage in Lincoln, Nebraska. But Mrs. Hanson is nowhere to be found, and neither is the killer. There is a lot more on the back, but I don't really want to go into any more because, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really glad that I've been getting a few ARCs recently, which I think is great. And I just think when it says advanced reader copy, it just makes me really happy. So yeah, also this is not the creepiest cover that you've literally ever seen. And then another book. So I got sent this. So I went back to my hometown last week for just before Christmas to see my dad, and he was like, oh, you've had a book sent to you. And I was thinking, originally I thought it was Salvation Station, and then this one got delivered to this address where I live now, and I was a bit like, what could it be? Because I wasn't expecting anything. I hadn't been contacted about anything, and I don't think I was contacted about this one. I don't remember anyone speaking to me about it. But this was from Hodder and Staunton, who I think is an amazing publishing company, and they sent me this one. So this is The Turning Tide by Catriona McPherson, or is that Katrina? I never know how to say it. So this is again about a sleuth, and it says on the back, the perfect read for those who enjoy the bygone world charm of Agatha Christie. So sounds really interesting, could be something I'm, you know, into. Again, it's a historical mystery. It's about a man who was murdered. And yeah, I just think it's gonna be really interesting. Again, it's not one that I was actually I think it's unsolicited as far as I know. I can't remember ever being spoken to about this, but it's definitely one I'm interested in reading, and a massive thank you to Hodder and Staunton for sending it to me. I'm not sure if this is out yet. Actually, I think it came out in November, and I think I was sent this in November, so that would make sense, I guess. So yeah, get this one if it sounds interesting to you. I then was sent a present, or a book from my wish list by the lovely Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books, and she's absolutely amazing. I love her. And she sent me The Institute by Stephen King, which is the newest Stephen King book as far as I know, and I'm so ready to read this one. It is quite a big book. I think it's, what is it? Nearly 500 pages, but it's also a big tall hardback. But this is absolutely stunning, this cover as well. Thank you again to Nicole. So this says, deep in the woods of Maine, there is a dark state facility where kids abducted from across the United States are incarcerated. In the Institute, they are subjected to a series of tests and procedures meant to combine their exceptional gifts, telepathy, telekinesis, for concentrated effect. I'm not going to read any more because I like to go into Stephen King books without knowing anything else, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading another Stephen King. I've got loads of Stephen King books on my shelves now, which is fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to picking this one up, so thank you, Nicole. And then the last book that I was sent, again, is from the lovely Kaz from Cats and Camera, and I was sent Saga Volume 1. So this is by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, and most of you have probably heard of Saga. This is, like I say, a graphic novel, and Kaz actually sent me a message recently saying that she had an extra copy of this, I think, or a copy she didn't want, and she asked me if I wanted it, and she said she'd send it to me, and I was so excited about it. So again, a massive thank you to Kaz. Like I said, Kaz sent me so many things over December. I got like 4 presents, and 3 of them that were wrapped up, so they went under my tree, which I was very excited about to open on Christmas morning. Yeah, I don't really know too much about this one in particular, but it's a book that I think will be very interesting to read, and another graphic novel to add to my collection. So yeah, I can't wait. So there you are, guys. That is all of the books that I got for Christmas. A massive thank you to everybody that bought me a gift, and to everybody that just said Merry Christmas. And I hope that you all had wonderful Christmases, and I will see you again next time for another video. Bye, guys.